But there's also, I put on my metrics glasses, all my analytics glasses for all those nerds out there.
The Thomas Bryant jockstrap, get him out of here! Ah!
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Ramos, get back! They snatched that chain, boy, get back! What y'all gonna do about it? Popeye snatched that chain, get back! We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors, y'all got 1.
Welcome into the Big Factor, everybody, guys. A little false start on the intro. We got 5 yards coming out of there, but I'm Pat McGuire with...
It's week 1. We're cleaning that up.
Jedrick Wills on the board.
Hey, we're cleaning it up. You hear his voice already. That's Big Play Zay over there, co-host of Honor the Land. I'm Pat McGuire alongside Jack O'Rourke. Guys, we could not be more electric today despite our little 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, guys, I'm so excited, but Zay, I'm a little worried about you. Like, you're my friend. You know I care about you. You look like you're a little bit under the weather. Is that a Flacco fever?
Oh, my fever has been spiked since 2023.
Let's go.
Just because we got that loss in Houston didn't mean that my fever went away. So, you know, I'm ready to get cured.
Yeah, week 1 is officially here, guys. We had Thursday night in the books last night. An Eagles-Cowboys delayed finish, but 24-20, the Eagles took it home at home. Feels good to just have football back, though, right, guys?
Yeah, I think we got to address the elephant in the room, though, and that is Spitgate 2025. Yeah. Before the NFL season really even gets off on a foot. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because so originally, like, I'm like the rest of the internet, and I think like, oh, Jalen Carter's the devil. This is the worst thing to ever happen in all of sports. So I guess this is Robbie Alomar part 2, just spitting in somebody's face. The way that Dak spits and then smiles before that, I might start a conspiracy theory. Think it was intentional. I don't know. I think there's 2 sides of the story that haven't come out yet.
Yeah, I think Dak was definitely an instigator in that one. He was kind of like marking the territory because Jalen Carter was 3 yards past their line of scrimmage or whatever and near their huddle. But Zay, what did you think about that? I mean, that's exactly the person who it would happen to for the Eagles, honestly. But
that is true.
That's exactly how we would start the season, don't you think?
Imagine that happened to Myles Garrett. Imagine somebody just spitting a loogie on Myles. What would happen? But I think, like, you know, the whole Dak did it first. People like I look. It's one thing if you're spitting in front of a guy on the field, right? It's a whole nother ball game when you're talking about spitting on somebody. Like
right on his chain.
That is literally the ultimate sign of disrespect. And I don't know. I don't see the whole. If Dak, you want to say Dak started it, fine, but he didn't spit on Jalen Carter. It's a whole different ball game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So let's say if you're out there, you're playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, you get spit on. What happens?
Oh, it's helmets are all. That's why I went straight to Myles Garrett. I'm like, well, what would he do in that situation? They were talking. I'm trying to think of where I heard it, but they were saying that it's not a big deal. That this is all entertainment. When is spitting on someone entertainment?
That's crazy, bro. That's wild. Like this happens in soccer more than you would think too. Like Suarez, he played for Argentina and he went to Miami and stuff. He's notorious for like biting and spitting on people. I would expect that stuff in like European soccer where there's like massive disrespect. In the NFL, you don't see it as much, but like, who are we to not call this disrespect? Because that's insane.
That's what I was trying to think of. Right. The Josh Allen aspect. Did you see the Bills fans saying, could you imagine if someone spit on Josh Allen, what the offensive line would have done?
Deion Dawkins coming at you?
Is it kind of, are you looking at it from that angle? Like, man, why didn't anyone have Dak's back after you just saw him get spit on? Because everyone kind of saw it, right?
Hey, it's like Bo Callahan. You gotta find out if anyone's at his birthday party. Another thing before we get to the actual game, guys, hate to say it, forgot to set my fantasy lineup already. Started week 1.
Wow. Who'd you forgot to play?
I wanted to take Dak out because I was a little bit worried about the Eagles' defense. I have Caleb Williams in fantasy as well, and I did not. And Dak did not have a great night for me.
Yeah, Dak was not great. The Cowboys made it closer than I would have thought. A lot of people had the Eagles winning by 10 to 15 points, something like that. But a divisional matchup on the road, the Cowboys hung in there decently well. I think they got a pretty decent second halftime with that lightning delay in there. That helped them out significantly. But it was kind of exactly how I would have expected it to go. A lower scoring NFC East type of game. But we're off and running with the NFL season, guys.
Is Jalen Hurts in your guys' top 5? I want to get that out of the way right now.
No, but he is in my fantasy league right now because I start,
tell Rob
Hurts
about
doesn't
that, bro.
it?
Yep.
On the big play fantasy. Shout out to my boy Hurts for coming through with the touchdowns on the ground. We knew it was inevitable. But no, is he a top 5? No, I don't think he's a top 5. But I think he's pretty good though. He's definitely showing people he hears the noise and he's responding accordingly, which is always exciting. I'm interested to know how the second half actually would have panned out had there not been that lightning delay, because we had every possession was a touchdown in the opening half, which is crazy to think of, especially on a Thursday night. Like, remember that time when Thursday night was the worst football we ever saw?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, too, because you look at the drive charts for the second half, the real second half, basically, it was punt, and then turnover on downs. So, I mean,
I feel like it was the Miles Sanders fumble. Like, once Miles Sanders fumbled, like, that was just kind of like the unofficial icing on the cake for it. They got nothing going after that.
Yeah.
Even CD was a little shaky down the stretch.
Yeah, CD had some drops, one right off the face mask, too. So, it was a lot of, it was kind of the Thursday night football that we would normally get, but not what we were expecting last night. It was good to see football back, though, guys. I don't know if you guys took any money action on the Eagles-Cowboys last night, but we also got Chiefs-Chargers tonight from Sao Paulo, Brazil. You'll see more about that, but I don't know if you guys have any thoughts. I mean, the Chiefs are favored, as they almost always are. You guys got any picks for this one?
Ooh.
It's a tough one. I'm going Chiefs easily. I would go Chiefs minus 3.5, personally. I know we'll get into our pick'ems later, Jack, but we got our Friday night action in Brazil. YouTube exclusive, by the way. That's for you YouTube streamers, Zay.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm excited to see what this Charger, the Chargers aren't really being talked about a lot this offseason, I feel like. And I feel like they had a pretty good or a decent offseason, say the least. And they're getting a familiar guy back in Keenan Allen. I mean, Justin Herbert has so many weapons. And the rookie, Omarion Hampton, who I have in one of my fantasy leagues as well, is getting the nod over Najee Harris. So we know how the Hardballs like to get down. And we saw some fluke. Kansas City had a fluke opening win last year, so
that was crazy.
Maybe it's in the cards for them to take an L this week.
Yeah, I was going to go with a little not so fast, my friend, to you, Chef. Say, so everyone knows that Reggie Jackson is Mr. October. Derek Jeter is Mr. November. Guys, 84% career win percentage in September. Patrick Mahomes just might be Mr. September. I'm going to go with the fella to start out the year with the dub.
Yeah, you got to go with the Chiefs.
What are the stats when he had a baby the previous year?
Or when Travis Kelce got engaged?
I'm not that much of a ball knower. I wasn't following the pregnancy that close.
He might not be getting no sleep right now,
That is true.
Yeah, that's facts. Have we covered much of the...
Well, maybe he's getting more sleep because he's in Brazil away from... I know there's a time change, but you're away from the baby.
Is there a time change? It's directly south. Interesting. Yeah, it's got to be a little bit of a time change.
Might not be.
But have we covered, honestly, on the big factor, much of this Dylan Raiola copying Patrick Mahomes thing?
Yeah, we talked about it the one day.
Okay,
yeah, I'm not a
take
huge
on this?
fan.
I do not like it at all. I think that's one of those, when you got a parasocial relationship, that's what they call it these days, where you like love the YouTubers that you watch every day. That's what this feels like, where Dylan Raiola watched him growing up every day, and now he's going to copy every single thing that Patrick Mahomes does. It just does not feel right to me, bro.
I wish he wouldn't go to the extreme. Like, I get it. It's your bit. Make it your bit, but
Right.
it's getting a little creepy, and I just like I don't get. I'm at that age now where the whole idling another type of person like that, it's just not. It's not
it for sure.
something that I'm doing nowadays.
Because one of the other things too, Jack, not to cut you off there, is that he committed to Ohio State too. Imagine how disliked he would be if he wasn't at fucking Nebraska, dude.
Yeah,
if he was in
true.
Columbus, Ohio, game day, week 1, Texas, when we got Patrick Mahomes Jr. at the Horseshoe, would have been terrible, dude.
I think my thing with him is if he admitted it, I would be totally fine with it. Like, there's nothing wrong with being younger and emulating athletes. Like, you could say, like, hey, I looked up to this guy. Like, there's a reason that LeBron James wore number 23 even, like that way back in the day. It's just it's so weird that he's just going to be like, yeah, well, I can't help that I also play quarterback and this and that. But like, yeah, but your haircut's the exact same. And you like do the same stuff as him on the sidelines before the game. Like, I don't know.
Wait, he's denying it?
Yeah, he denies it. Like, he admits like some of it, but he denies most of it. Which I think makes no sense. Like, just lean into it.
There's no way. He's got to be trolling. He's trolling.
He has to be. I mean, but it's working. If he's trolling, it's rage baiting, and it's working. But, guys, we got so much more to get into. First, let me tell us about our friends from FanDuel. FanDuel's got to get you ready for the NFL season. Yeah, clap it up, Jack. Clap it up. FanDuel's getting us ready for the NFL season with an offer you don't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. If you win, that's right, pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, which we'll do later with our Browns parlay. Stay tuned for that bad boy. Let me tell you, it's a juicy one too. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style. FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is almost here. It is actually here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/bigplay to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Disclaimer. Ohio, you got to be 21 plus and present in the state of Ohio. First online real money wager only, $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In the state of Pennsylvania, 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager as well. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Guys, we got so much more to get to with our football pick'em. Browns preview coming up next. We'll be right back here on The Big Factor. Welcome back into the Big Factor, everybody. We're back here. We got Jack O'Rourke, Big Play Zay, and I'm Pat McGuire. Welcome back in, guys. We're underway in week 1. We got the aura farming still, but
no, I was on Chef Zay with the pot.
Chef Zay with the pot, but also the Guardians are buried, so we can't do the aura farming anymore. But guys, NFL is underway. We just hit the Thursday night recap with the Cowboys and the Bengals. A little bit of Chiefs Chargers preview for tonight, but the main event is here. Sunday, 1 p.m. Huntington Bank Field. Is it still Huntington Bank Field? But the Muni Lot will be the main event. Browns, Bengals, 1 p.m. this Sunday. What are we feeling, guys? What are we feeling? Whoo! I'll go right to Zay. Go right to Zay, baby.
If you smell what the flock is cooking. Ding, ding. Nah, I'm ready. I'm so ready for Joe Flacco. I've never been more excited.
Ready,
man. I'm so fired up now.
I've never been more excited to see a quarterback play since Baker. I can't lie. We were excited for Deshaun because we needed to know if that $230 million was worth it. But just knowing the history, knowing the stretch, knowing the promise that he made to that locker room right before the playoff game was like, we're going to do something special, only to come out and throw a pick six. It wasn't closure, especially knowing that he didn't even get offered a contract the next year. There was something missing. So to see him come back, still have that swag, still have that confidence, still has that leadership. I mean, you can't get enough of David Njoku and Joe Flacco, and I cannot wait to see that first play action pass go across the middle for a gain of 15, whether it be to Cedric Tillman, Jamari Thrash, Jerry Jeudy, or David Njoku. It's going to be electric, and the fevers are going to spike the second we get in the end zone. I'm ready. Bob, are you ready?
Man, Zay's ready to go, Jack. I mean, honestly, we're going to be down there in the Muni Lot this Sunday for pregame festivities, let's put it that way. But the Browns-Bengals is always electric as it is, but opening up at home, weather should be football weather here in the state of Ohio. But Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase coming up I-71. Couldn't really ask for much more, to be honest with you.
Yeah, dude, I went to the home opener 2 years ago when we played the Bengals. It was awesome. We had a little tailgate down here at Burke. It was a great time, but no one cares what I think. Zay, let me turn it back over to you here. Give me your full just game day experience. What does it look like, just top to bottom? Like when you wake up, get ready to head to the Muni Lot at whatever time that may be. If you even go to bed in the first place, just what is this weekend from the time you leave this call in 10 minutes until Sunday at 4:30? What's going on?
What's it looking like?
Well, I've been up since 1:00 this morning with just pure adrenaline. But I'll be at the Muni Lot early in the morning tomorrow. I think there's people getting down there tonight. I was going to be a part of that, but I'm like, I'll just rather do in the morning. So I think we're going to get up early Saturday morning, get down there. We'll camp out Saturday night, wake up at around 4:30, 4:45-ish to move to get into the lot, which I believe is open at 5 or 5:30, one of those two. And then we pull into our spot. We'll get posted up. Week 1 will be mayhem, so this week will be a lot more different than other weeks. But get down in the Muni Lot and just catch the vibe. I do got a little something different planned this year, hopefully, so we'll see how that goes out. And then we obviously have the Muni Lot wedding this week 1, which is going to be crazy in itself.
Brown
so
Spider.
Make sure you guys tap into that because Big Play is going to be a part of that.
That's amazing.
And then, I mean, if you've never experienced the Muni Lot, week 1, there is no better time. It is different. The energy, literally, you could feel it radiating off of everybody. Everyone's in a good mood. Even the away fans are in a good mood, but it might be a little different this year. And then kickoff. And then after kickoff, if this is a win, the energy will continue to flow as it comes down that ramp. And if it's a loss, you'll know. You'll feel it very, very fast. So if you haven't been to the Muni, get down there. It's different.
Facts.
Zay,
Facts.
I think I know your answer to this. Pat,
okay.
I'm curious for your answer to this.
Okay.
What is more likely to happen this Sunday?
Here we go.
The Browns win by 16 plus points, or we see a second quarterback play.
Oh my God. It's Browns wins by 16 for sure.
Yeah,
barring injury,
definitely.
of course, but like the Browns have, I think they're 5.5 point dogs on the FanDuel Sportsbook right now. Let me get back into that read for you, but 5.5 point underdogs on the FanDuel Sportsbook right now. But I actually would take them straight up money line, and honestly, 16 plus would not shock me because people are forgetting what we saw Joe Burrow running around in that preseason game against Washington. Washington has a decent enough defense, nothing close to what the Browns have to offer right now. So if that's where he was running around in the preseason before they got that guard, whatever, I just don't see a world where we don't get to Joe Burrow 5-6 times in a game, honestly.
The key to this is we got to take the lead early. If they can find a way to get a lead early, it'll make life for this defense a whole lot easier. And then we can start to talk about having fun, which we would be creating turnovers and scoring points off turnovers. That's going to be the ultimate key, is getting that lead. But there's the only way we see a second quarterback is if Joe Flacco gets injured. Where a second quarterback isn't a thought, at least if they're smart, for 6 weeks. You don't want to put one of these guys in before that 6-week mark. Come back from Brazil or from London. Once you come back from London, then you can reevaluate, see what the record is. My thought process is if Joe Flacco has you anywhere above that 3-3 record, I think his job is safe. But if it's looking like 2-4, 1-5, it'll probably be Dylan time.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing is we'll get into our week 1 parlay here in a second. But Zay, you said on your roundtable the other day, the Browns are going 2-0. You're taking the Browns to go 2-0 to start the season. Tell us more.
It's a storybook start. It's Joe Flacco is one of those quarterbacks who is literally a last of the dying breed. It's him and A-Rod, I think, are the last two from that era, that real era. And you think back to Joe Flacco's history, man, he's got a lot of history in this AFC North. And they actually just replayed, I think it was 16 years ago to the date or something along that line. Joe Flacco's home opener, his first game was against the Bengals, and he had a 40-something yard touchdown run.
I saw that this week.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's like
Young pup.
then follow that up with next week. Baltimore's having their 30th year celebration. You know he'll be a part of that.
That's
so
fucked up, first of all.
The Browns haven't won 2 games since I've been alive. I think it's like 85 or something like that, how long it's been since they've won 2 games to start the season. So I just think it's one of those things where they kill a lot of birds with a couple different stones, and Joe Flacco's going to at least have this thing, like he's going to at least show us that 2023 wasn't a fluke to start out.
Yeah, we'll get back into that. The Ravens' 30th anniversary. Hanford Dixon and I will get back into it, but we have differing opinions on that one. It's a little fucked up that they put it against the Browns at home in Baltimore, week 2. But guys, we have so much more to talk about preview-wise, but we got a really juicy FanDuel parlay coming up in the next segment. But first, I got to tell you guys about Fairway Ford. Our friends down in Canfield, they've got hundreds of vehicles down there on their lot. You guys visited not that long ago. That was like a month ago, Jack. You can get 0% for 48 months or plus $0 down, payments for 90 days, complimentary maintenance for 2 years. They're really great people. It's a very short drive down there to Canfield, so don't stop trying to get those savings. Don't let a short drive down to Canfield stop you from getting those savings. They've got 2024 and 2025 F-150s down there over in Canfield. So make sure you get down there and get yourself a new Ford down at Fairway Ford. Guys, we've got our Browns parlay coming up next right here on The Big Factor. Welcome on back into the Big Factor, everybody. It's Pat McGuire, Big Plays Zay, and Jack O'Rourke over here. We've got what you've all been waiting for, our FanDuel parlay of the day, our Cleveland Browns parlay. Jack, let's take it away here with our Browns parlay.
Guys, plus 2,007 to start off the season. Throwing a little $20 FanDuel Sportsbook bonus bet on this one. Pat, what's going on with your leg here?
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm taking a Jerome Ford anytime touchdown. That's actually for a shout-out from my friend, Mr. Zay over here, because I think Jerome Ford will actually eat against this Bengals defensive line. Yeah, they've got Shamar Stewart. Yeah, they've got Trey Hendrickson back. But honestly, I think this Browns offense is going to be able to cook and put up basically whatever they want. So I'm taking a Jerome Ford anytime touchdown.
Guys, Kevin Stefanski loves nothing more in the world besides his children than scoring a touchdown on the first drive of the game. Kevin is going to cook all the way down the damn field. And you know, guys, if you get a first touchdown, it's got to be either Jerome Ford or maybe even Zay who?
The Chief? Could it be?
Well, Todd, when you Todd. When you take a look at a guy like David Njoku, you think about 2023 season, good connection with Joe Flacco, found the end zone a lot, multiple 100-yard games, potentially top 5 tight end in the league. I think this is a perfect reunion for a guy like David Njoku and Joe Flacco to get back on track. David Njoku's going to find the end zone plus 250. Count it.
Okay,
Jerome Ford, Browns' first touchdown on the first drive of the game. David Njoku, anytime touchdown, $20 will win you $401. You got to tell it to fellas.
Come on, boys. That's easy money. That's easy money. You got to make sure you put that in on the FanDuel Sportsbook. This segment, guys, brought to you by Garage Beer. Zay, any final thoughts before we let you go?
Browns by $1 million.
Yes,
enjoy this freaking home opener. Again, make sure you guys are tapped in to not only big play, because we got a lot of stuff planned coming up, but make sure you guys are tapped into Honor Land 2 coming up this season, because it's going to be crazy and wicked. And like I said, Browns by $1 billion. Joe Flacco's going over on his yards as well if you want another leg. Amari Cooper go under on the, what was it? Under on the, I believe it was one of the, there's a prop. Oh, under on the Joe Burrow yards. It's 266. Okay. He's not getting it this week. He'll get his 300s next week. So go under on Joe Burrow, and then go ahead and get the Chief touchdown and lock it in.
Woo, lock that in, Zay. It's always great to have you on here, too. Check into Honor the Lamb. We'll be filming that later on today. Make sure you check that out on the Big Play Sports Network. And honestly, Zay, always a pleasure. Jack, we'll take it from here with our Browns parlay. What did you think with the David Njoku touchdown, with the Jerome Ford touchdown? We got all that type of stuff.
Yeah, like I said with my leg, so obviously Kevin Stefanski loves going down for the scripted drive, first drive of the game. Everyone knows that about him. I was thinking, like, hey, I knew you had Jerome Ford. I knew I had a good thought in my head that Zay, knowing him, was going to take a David Njoku touchdown or something possibly of the like. So I thought, why not? It's probably going to go to one of those two guys on the first drive. It makes even more sense. And plus 300 can juice any parlay, right?
Oh, easily. And honestly, too, here, guys, I mentioned it before. This segment brought to you by Garage Beer. They got 2 classic flavors, Classic Light Lager and Lime. That's the only lime beer that I drink. That's actually, I really love that lime beer. There can be plenty of Garage Beer flowing in the Muni lot. Drinks responsibly, of course, but check out those 2 flavors wherever they sell retailers over with that Garage Beer Classic Light Lager and that Classic Lime. They're brought to you, the Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer, so go check them out. And honestly, we'll be right back, Jack, here with some more Browns picks. We got NFL Pick'em. We got so much more to get to. We'll be right back here on The Big Factor. Welcome back in here to the Big Factor. Jack, I can hardly see you. Oh, my goodness. But we're back here. We've got our NFL Week 1 pick'ems. We've got one game in the books already, Jack. We had the Cowboys-Eagles last night, 24-20. What your thoughts were there. But we got plenty more to go. I think I'll let you start this one off here, big guy.
Yeah, you want to go Giants-Commanders first?
Yeah, Giants-Commanders. Let's do it.
Okay, so yeah, we'll hit over to the Sunday slate. Now we talked about that Chiefs game a little bit earlier. Coming in, it's Commanders at home, -5.5 against the Giants. What do you like in that one?
Oh, man, that's going to be kind of a tough one, because it's hard to tell what you're going to get from Russell Wilson in the first week, too, because like we talked about with the Browns with their quarterbacks, Jackson Dart could be at any point. Jameis Winston, you don't know what that's going to be. Washington's pretty good offensively, but, I mean, I think it's got to be Washington. They have a really high expectations for this season coming in. I think Jaden Daniels has a lot to work with. That defensive line for the Giants is going to be really good. So I think it'll be a closer game than I would have thought. But I still think I'll have to take Washington. I think I'll have to take Washington. What did you say the number was?
5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I'll take him there to win by a touchdown. Yep.
Dude, I'm gonna go the opposite of you. I like the Giants to cover 5.5.
We got the neighbor's jersey around here.
Yeah, we do have a neighbor's jersey
at?
around here somewhere. But the first time these two teams met last year, JD got put on his ass 6 times in that game, and he responded back the next time, didn't get sacked. But I think I'm always so curious about this sophomore year slump that everyone talks about for every quarterback. And if you want to believe in the fact that he could be prone to a sophomore slump, there's probably not a better front seven in his division or really in the NFL that he could come out and face right away to prove it against him. So I don't know. I think I do think the Commanders win, but I think it's more of like a 3-point game.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think that's a really good point because the Giants defense has always been, not always, but the last couple of years it's been pretty good, especially with, adding in Abdul Carter, somebody along those lines on the defensive line. That's what their calling card is, the defensive line. They're not really going to be able to run the ball. That Washington running game is a lot of question marks right now. Fantasy football people have been really paying attention to it because you got Austin Eckler in there, traded away Brian Robinson Jr., you bring in Bill Krosky Merritt,
Bill,
who's been, the talk of the town in fantasy football circles. But it's going to be a really interesting game to just see what the offense looks like for Washington. But I'll take Washington.
Okay, so next game, the Raiders are heading into Gillette Stadium taking on the Pats, who are -2.5. Can you give me one reason that the Patriots will not win this game by 2.5 points?
I mean, 2.5 points is such a small. The only way would be ball control offense by Las Vegas. I don't even know if I love taking that line, but I love taking the under on that one. Let me tell you, because Stephon Diggs for the Patriots, he's their main weapon that they brought in. 3 years, $68 million, whatever it was. But he's still recovering from that knee injury. And I think they're going to want to run the ball on the Las Vegas side with Ashton Genty, bring him in. Drake May has a little bit of jitters in the first game of the year. They won last year with Ramondre Stevenson in the backfield for the Patriots. They've got Travion Henderson there now. I think by default I'll take the Patriots, but I don't necessarily love it. I like the under better.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely the case, especially like anytime, no matter how good you think Will Campbell is going to be, and I personally think he's going to be pretty damn good. Just his quotes alone are enough to fire me up about that kid. But anytime you've like a rookie left tackle, other side, you're looking at a team that's more predicated off running the ball, and that's with the rookie. So yeah, I think it's more possible to see a lower scoring game. Cardinals going on the road down to the Crescent City to take on the
Crescent City.
6.5 point favorites are the Cardinals. What do you think?
I think they're winning by 14. I think you could bet this one up to honestly -13.5 for the Cardinals.
Oh, wow.
So here's the thing. I think the Cardinals are going to be on a little bit of a revenge tour this year. I don't think they'll be that great, but I think they're going to be much more motivated than in past years. I think Kyler Murray's a little bit sick of everyone saying the things that they've been saying about him for his whole career, which are kind of valid. But he's one of the more mercurial stars in the NFL where you don't know what he's going to do day in, day out, but not in like a terrible way, just like you don't know how he's going to perform, I guess you could say.
Well, Gabriel Arias.
Yeah, Gabriel Arias. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that one, actually. But, yeah, I think they're going to run away with this one. Kellen Moore is definitely intriguing for the Saints. I think they're going to really lean on Alvin Kamara, but I don't think they've got the horses to prepare for battle, as they used to say. But
Buccaneers -1.5 heading down to A-Town taking on the Falcons. Who do you like in this one? And also give me your general thoughts on Michael Penix Jr. I like gauging people's litmus test on him currently.
Yeah, I mean, this one's kind of a toss-up for me. I like Michael Penix a little bit. It kind of depends where you fall on Drake London, to be honest with you. Like our guy Ryan, who's in the seat every day, he's a real big Drake London fan. I like Drake London as well. The way that they played together in those last, 3-4 games in the to finish the season last year was electric. He led the league in yards in those games. And, I mean, can they replicate that for 17 games in a season? Would be tough to say, but I think opening game they can definitely get that connection back up together. So I think they would win that game and cover, but I don't feel great either way on that one.
You know, I think as a society, we kind of just lost the gut feeling in general. You know, like you have to have 4 stats about an offense, to back up a spread. Gut feeling. Atlanta Falcons are winning this one at home to start off the season. There's been so much hype about the Buccaneers offense in the offseason, not just from us here at Big Play, but nationally, adding Ibuka to a team that got all 11 offensive starters back in a relatively weaker division. Like you would think everything shit's good, So that's always when shit goes wrong, especially with Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, he's going to have a tough go of it. I mean, Emeka Ibuka is definitely going to be a great receiver for them coming up in the beginning part of the season. But, I mean, Chris Godwin, he's going to be out at least 3 games. Cade Otton is already injured. We'll see if Bucky Irving can, take that mantle of being the starting running back and the kind of the bell cow on that offense. But I like Tampa.
Gut feeling, like you said, though. Gut feelings. I love it.
All right, the A-Rod Bowl, but not really the A-Rod Bowl. Steelers -2.5 heading into the Meadowlands to take on the Jets. What do you like in this one? Or, sorry, MetLife.
Again, this is the under. This is the under. I think it's the lowest. I think they said it was like the lowest starting over-under.
Is it really?
On the slate for sure. But I would definitely take the Steelers in this one. Mike Tomlin, he'll have his team ready to go. I'll be interested to see if Cam Hayward suits up because he's not been dressed for practice, I think. Yesterday it was. So we'll see if he still tries to continue that holdout. But Justin Fields' revenge game narrative, I don't really buy it. I'm still taking the Steelers.
Yeah, I think the best bet for this game might just be the under.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here,
and that
23 years old, pretty well out of school now. I was a junior in high school the last time the Steelers under did not hit week 1. So
oh my God.
Low scoring games.
Yeah. And I mean, they had 6 field goals, I think, in week 1 last year. So you could honestly see that again. So Chris Boswell
still, baby.
Yeah, Boswell still, baby. And
Panthers heading down to Jacksonville. The Jags are -3.5 at home.
Yeah, this is a red zone skip game, if I'm being honest with you. This is a game that doesn't make the quad box. It doesn't make the
you might get one Travis Hunter interception.
Yeah, this is a scroll game like they used to have on CBS and all that stuff. But I guess I'll take Jacksonville, but I don't really feel that great about it. Carolina, Jalen Coker's a good receiver. He'll be on IR for a couple weeks. Bryce Young, can he take that next step? I'm not convinced. I'll take Jacksonville.
You're so right. This game is one of the most like
skippable.
When they show the highlights of like the first 3 games at halftime during your 1 o'clock game, and they're like, and here's the other scores. Like that is one of the other scores every single time. Heading a little closer to home. Bengals -5.5 heading to Cleveland.
Oh. Browns +5.5. Easy. I would take Browns money line. I was a little surprised with Zay that didn't make our parlay, Browns money line, because we feel pretty strongly about it, but I do like the inherent kind of logic of those touchdowns that we took on the parlay. I'm taking the Browns +5.5. I'm getting closer to taking money line, honestly, too.
I like the Bengals -5.5.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry. I do. I got to say it. I got to be honest, though, right? I got to be honest. Yeah. What it comes down to for me is I don't know how much faith I have in Jerome Ford, and I think this is when you have a defense that does struggle, admittedly, obviously, like the Bengals, the one thing you don't want to do is let them get to a situation where they can just pin their ears back and go all day long with that defensive line. And if you don't have a threat to run the ball or establish run early, that's the one scenario where that can happen. And also, we've said it 1,000 times here on the network, but I don't know who's going to guard T. Higgins on Sunday.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, the Martin Emerson injury really comes back to bite you, especially in week 1 against his Bengals. I don't know, man. I would love to see a Browns win because this town is absolutely electric when they play well and get a win against the Bengals specifically, too. But we'll see what happens on Sunday, Jack. And honestly, we got to close out the show. We got our parting thoughts coming up next. Where do you want to go with this one, though? We'll have to find closing thoughts. We'll have to figure out where we want to go here in the break.
Figure it out,
we got college football we can hit. We get a little guards action. Are they dead? The guards are dead.
They're dead.
But we'll be back right here on The Big Factor. Back here on The Big Factor, Pat McGuire, Jack O'Rourke. Jack, we got some fight news. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Okay. A little NBN, nothing but names for you here,
okay.
Pat. Floyd Mayweather.
No names, please.
Mike Tyson. They're going to have a boxing exhibition. We have absolutely no other information about it at this time. You'd have to think, based off of Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, that Floyd's probably going to pull this one out. Yeah. But here's the real kicker I didn't know. Floyd Mayweather's last professional exhibition against John Gotti III.
What the hell?
Any relation to the Teflon Don, do you think?
I would have to imagine, yeah. If he's the third one yet, I have to imagine.
Isn't that a little bit wild?
That's crazy.
But yeah, do you think this would be anything more than just like choreographed dancing for 3 5-minute rounds?
I mean, we watched Paul Tyson, or Tyson Paul, whatever you call it. But I mean, that last fight that they had together was kind of an abomination. If you put money on Mike Tyson, I don't know what you're thinking or what your thought process is there. Good for you if you want to donate, like your 2-leg parlay that you donated the other day, Jack. But honestly, what is your dream undercard here? Because like the fight itself is not going to matter to me too much. Like, what is your dream undercard for this fight?
I don't know, man.
Paul brother?
My favorite
Any Paul brother?
My favorite boxer is Devin Haney, and I actually did
Okay.
learn about him from when he was like way younger. I think he fought on the undercard of KSI versus Logan Paul, probably like 2018 or 19. So like definitely a while ago. So I think seeing him on the card, like he does have that connection to the entertainment boxing field, I guess, as well. Like I think him fighting would be cool. And I don't know. I do love watching the celebrity ones, just the random people go at it. It makes me want big play boxing to take place one day, so I can get out there in the ring against
Nick
Rob.
Padone. I mean, we were talking about it.
I got Rob. I got
You
Rob.
got
That's
Rob.
the announcement. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
93%
You would
knockout
fight
rate.
Rob or what?
Yeah, I could take him.
Okay, fair enough. I
know
kind of
he's
love
listening.
that. Yeah, we could get Manny Pacquiao for his 30th reunion fight or whatever the fuck. But he's out
Okay,
there
let
in
me
the
ask you
Philippines
this:
doing some stuff.
how old would you have to age Manny Pacquiao for me to beat him in a boxing match?
Oh man, because Manny Pacquiao is, if I had
Probably
to
like
guess,
50 right now.
probably
No?
like 52 if I
Let me
had to
look.
guess. I'd give him another. I'd put him at 66, Jack, and then you
He
would
is
have a chance.
currently 46.
46. I would put him at 66. Honestly, give you a 20 here. I'd give
I
you.
mean, that's not disrespect.
No, I don't think
That
so
is not
either.
disrespect at all.
I don't think so
I
either.
appreciate that.
How long would
I'm
you
taking
need to
that as a
train for it,
compliment.
though?
What?
How long would you need to train to get in Pacquiao fighting shape?
Give me 2 months and
That's for
hide
you
the
to-
Dr. Peppers.
No, the Dr. Peppers is all my fault. That's all me, dude. But honestly, we got a right hook of a show today. That was a really good one, Jack. Thanks for tuning in here on The Big Factor. We'll check you Monday morning. It'll be the same people. That'd be difficult.
We say it every single day anyway.
Same people. But Browns win on Monday. We'll catch you back here on Monday.